Boots on the ground. The affordability of living in Colombia is quite a shock at first. Everything from housing, to food, transportation, entertainment, and education is very affordable. Though it depends of course where you live in the country, whether it is a big city, smaller city, town, or small village, the prices will vary, just like anywhere else. Where I live in north central Colombia, it is easily 20% of what I paid for the same lifestyle in the United States. I lived in the Pacific Northwest, near Portland, or. Even with the tax credits available under the Affordable Care Act, the health care coverage here is considerably less. Both public and private policies are available. The food, it's abundant, with a great variety of fruits, vegetables, and meats. What we would call organic in the US. The mangoes, avocados, and bananas are huge. The meat is grass-fed and grass-finished, whether it be beef, pork, or poultry. Goat meat is also very popular here, as well as goat milk and cheese. It is delicious. I'll share a story about another expat I met here at a local expat group. He had retired from Boeing in the Seattle area, and he and his Colombian wife decided to settle here. My friend is a big guy, 6 feet 5 inches tall, and an easy 350 pounds. He was overweight and suffered a variety of ailments, diabetes being the biggest concern. I recall seeing him 6 months later after our first meeting and could not believe my eyes. Healthy color had returned to his skin, he had lost 50 pounds, and was energetic. I asked him what he was doing to achieve these kinds of results. To my surprise, he replied, "Nothing. I eat the same as I always did, except everything here is real food. Also, since we live in the Andes Mountains, everywhere you go you are either walking up or down a hill. Frequently they can be very steep, but you get used to it." So, while none of his doctors in the US could do anything for him except throw a variety of pills his way, real food and walking up downhills every day cured him. What a concept. The climate here is very diverse. I originally came here in 2007 with the thought of retiring on the beach. So, we checked out the coastal city of Cartagena. It was beautiful, particularly the old town in the center of the city as well as the 500-year-old Spanish fort. I did however discover that the beach was nice to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. The thing that really amazes me about the weather here is you can literally drive 15 minutes from any given location and the temperature can change dramatically. For example, the town in this area is San Gil. It has a river running through it with the town built on the upward sloping banks of the river and the plateaus above. A beautiful town, but hotter and more humid than where I live in the country, just a short 10-minute car drive away. Here, we have spectacular views of the surrounding mountains but with considerably less humidity and with a nice cool breeze. This is a great advantage for a person to find a particular weather niche without having to drive hundreds of miles in any given direction to do it. Though it is common for people to refer to the weather here as spring, summer, fall and winter, it really is a misnomer. We essentially have the wet season and the dry season. Those seasonal variations of course will apply. A standard day and night here where I live is 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of night, about 85 degrees in the day, and 65 at night. For most people that is very agreeable weather. A respite from both baking in the sun in this summer and shoveling snow in the winter. Public transportation. Depending of course where you live, public transportation here could be a blessing or a curse. The blessing would be a small town. The curse would be Bogotá. Medellín is blessed with an urban train system, cable cars, buses, Uber, as well as taxis available at any time of the day or night. Traffic however is heavy and constant. Bogotá is a traffic jam nightmare. The city bus system, the metro, is mismanaged, overtaxed, and under-maintained. It is a true embarrassment to the city. Smaller towns and cities are well served with the local bus system and taxis. Where I live, every 30 minutes a city bus comes by. I can ride the 10 minutes into town for 60 cents. The same trip in a taxi, though more convenient, is about $3. Depending on if I'm in a hurry or have an appointment to keep, I decide on either the bus or a taxi. Things to do. Colombia is an outdoor adventure paradise if you like that sort of thing. If you are more into cultural types of things like museums, art shows, concerts, they are here too. Just about anywhere you go the local area will have tours. Not just for foreigners, but it is very popular with Colombians from other parts of the country as well. Tours through coffee country, the Amazon, the islands off the coast of Cartagena and many others abound. For expats, living here is like being on a permanent vacation. Just about anywhere you go in Colombia there will be a bigger city or town that is the hub of activity for that region. What we might call a county seat in the US. Surrounding the central town will be numerous smaller towns in every direction. What we find very fun is to take weekend vacations and explore these small towns. You can hop on the smaller buses that connect to these small towns very easily. And it only cost a couple of dollars. So, it is not only convenient but very economical. I haven't bought a car since we've been here as the bus system it's so very convenient. The other side of that is that cars and trucks here are very expensive. I would say probably double the price in the US for a used vehicle. And oftentimes the used cars and trucks are really beat up with little to no maintenance. I am still pondering whether or not to buy a car. What it really comes down to is convenience, because economically it doesn't pencil when you consider how convenient and economic it is to use the bus system. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for our next installment, The Bad. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. There will be useful links end of description. See you next time.